You are making a big mistake if you are still believing those fitness influencers who are telling you on Instagram to buy this tea, buy those pills, they are going to help you lose fat, buy this special bed that is going to make you drop all your belly fat, buy this other shaking device that you're gonna stand on, is gonna shake the fat off. It's all lies and it's BS. Come on, it's 2025. My mom bought one of those beds back in the 90s and she never lost any of the belly fat. So please wake up. They don't want anything but to sell you these products which are worthless just because they are getting commission out of it. They are advertising these products for different e-commerce brands and they will be paid big money after that. In this video, we are going to uncover how you can actually lose weight the real way, not the BS way. And I'm going to give you a couple of very specific tips that you can implement from tomorrow on, because these tips are very practical. You can actually implement them from tomorrow on in your daily life and see results just in a couple of weeks. So how we are losing weight actually? We have calories in and calories out. Let's say your calories in around is 2,000 calories that you are consuming during the day. Calories in is what we are consuming, the foods that we are eating. Calories out is our total daily energy expenditure, what we are burning during the day. How do we achieve fat loss if we are getting minus out of these calories, which means calories in minus the TDEE, and the result would be minus. Now I understand that maybe counting calories, it's too difficult for you or doesn't fit into your lifestyle. You are a very busy professional and mom at the same time. I get it. I'm also not a fan of calorie counting, but that's why I have some practical tips that you can actually implement from tomorrow and achieve results. Now, scientifically, to achieve the weight loss, we need to get from the calories in minus TDEE a minus number at the end. So let's say calories in 1,800 calories that you are consuming during the day and your TDEE is 2,000 calories, which means during the day, based on specific calculations, you have concluded that your TDEE is around the 2,000 calories. That means the 1,800 what you are eating minus the 2,000 calories is going to be minus 200 calories, which means you are in a 200 calorie deficit. And if you can maintain that, you are going to achieve weight loss in a certain period of time. But how we can influence actually to achieve that minus calorie at the end, that minus 200, 300 or 500, which means to have a deficit of this 200, 300 or 500 calories in a day. There are several ways, there are several practical tips that you can actually implement in your daily life, but we have to look at the facts, which are the parts that we can actually influence. We have calories in and we have calories out. In one way, we can actually influence the calories in, what we are consuming during the day, which means technically we have to eat less calories, not necessarily less volume, because some low-calorie foods can be really big portions, so that they can have really big volume and high nutrient dense. If we're looking at the numbers, it has to be a lower number, which means the calories have to be less. So how to achieve less calories without even counting them strictly during the day and putting them into your FitnessPal app, whatever app you want to use or you don't want to use actually. The most effective tip is that actually you can implement portion sizing and you can control your portions. Make sure you have a plate in front of you and make sure that for the big meals, which means for breakfast, lunch and dinner, half of the plate should be vegetables, 1/4 starchy carb, 1/4 protein. Now, if you want to have massive impact, then upper your protein portion size. If you want to be more strict with your diet and you can actually handle that, you find maybe once or twice a day, you can actually have half a board vegetables and other half only protein. Then you could achieve results much faster. But if you don't want to limit your food intake and limit what kind of foods you are eating because you love bread, you love pasta, you love potatoes and rice, you don't have to close out those foods either from your diet. You can eat them, but just don't eat more than half of the plate is rice or is potatoes or is potato fries or plus bread as well, and just a little portion of protein, because what is the biggest and most common problem? That most people are overeating from carbs. And it does not mean that you cannot eat carbs. I do love my carbs. I eat bread, pasta, potatoes, everything I eat, but with a measurement. I'm not overeating from them. I'm eating just as much as I need, as much is necessary, that 1/4 of the plate, or maybe a little bit more if I'm more hungry or if I was more active on that day. If you want to overeat something, try to overeat from protein, because that is actually going to help you with your goal to achieve weight loss faster, because protein is the only macronutrient that is making you feel full for longer, a part of fiber as well, but is one of the macronutrients that is taking the longest for our body to digest. And because it takes so long to digest, it's going to make you feel full for longer. you won't be feeling hungry in between meals. So make sure you are eating really high protein. Make sure you're minimizing the carbs to what is actually needed, just enough and not overeating them. And make sure you eat a lot of protein. Eat protein for every meal. Aim for about 25 to 30 grams of protein at least each meal. If you can eat 5 meals a day, then between breakfast and lunch and dinner, implement snacks, high protein snacks, 2 boiled eggs, eat some hummus with vegetables, eat Greek yogurt, about 150 or 200 grams of Greek yogurt with some fruit. If you are not aware of foods that have high protein content, drop me a comment and I will make a video out of the most commonly available protein sources. Other thing that you can implement to reduce your calorie intake is swapping foods. Swap out your sugary drinks. And if you really cannot live without them and you cannot just live on water the whole day, which would be the most beneficial because water is really 0 calories, or maybe some herbal teas. If you like to have a tea, drink some herbal teas. Try to not add sugar to your teas, to your coffee. Drink just black coffee. Make your coffee at home, because when you go outside to buy coffee chains, they are mostly the most sugary and more calorie dense coffees ever, like Starbucks or Dunkin', I don't know. They are very calorie dense. So if you're aiming, I'm not saying you never should consume them, but if you are aiming to reduce your calorie intake, swap these and make your own coffee at home. Make a black coffee or just some milk. Not too much sugar, yeah? Make your teas, have herbal teas without sugar, have some honey, something like that. Drink mostly water during the day, a lot of it. Swap your juices, your sugar, because these are calorie dense. And if you look at it, 1 cup of juice can have at least 200-300 calories, which is a lot if you think about it. And if you drink more of those during the day, you might just have 1,000 calories out of juices during the whole day, which is kind of unnecessary, especially if your goal is to reduce your calories and actually lose some weight or fat. So swap these, maybe buy the 0 calorie options. I also love my Coke, yeah? I can't even drink the normal Coca-Cola anymore or the normal cola. It's just really the taste. I'm so used to the 0 that is 0 calorie, Coke Zero, that I can't even drink the other one anymore. I can't. It's just the taste with the sugar, with everything that is, I can't have it. I went to visit my parents this summer and they were buying just the original Coca-Cola. I could not have it, seriously. Another practical tip that you can do to reduce your calorie intake, add lots of fiber. Lots of fiber is also going to help you to boost your metabolism. Most of the vegetables and the greens, the fruits are containing fiber or grains. So if you have a lot of those in your diet, it will help you to achieve a weight loss faster. On the other hand, we cannot just optimize the calories in, but you can also optimize the calories out. And me specifically, if I'm looking into losing a couple of kilos or pounds, restricting, I'm rather looking at the calories out, which means my TDEE, and optimize this part, because I really love my food. I have a sweet tooth, so I have to eat sweets regularly. I have to get my chocolate, my favorite treats. I am really terrible at that. So if I want to lose some weight on myself, I'm definitely going to go for optimizing my TDE, which is the calories out. So let's look at it. What are the components of the calories out? NEAT, exercise activity, BMR, a basic metabolic rate, and the thermic effect of food. There are 4 options for you to optimize and get and achieve weight loss faster. If you are optimizing some of these, like BMR, that has the biggest part of the whole TDE. This is the basal metabolic rate, which means calories burned at rest. This is kind of already genetically determined, but if you are building muscle, that means your basic metabolic rate is going to be higher than someone who doesn't actually have muscle in their body. So that's why bodybuilders and people who have larger muscles, they can actually consume more calories because their basal metabolic rate. They can eat, that's why they can eat and still not gain weight. Even eat more and more than that to get those muscle on. But just saying, you're not going to get bulky just starting to pick up some weight in the beginning. And anyway, if you're a woman, it's not really possible to get bulky in any way. But you can build your muscle, your baby muscle, just like me. Because I'm working out strength training and weightlifting for years and years, like 7 years, 8 years or something. And I'm still not where I would really love to be. Let's just put it that way. So gaining lots of bulky muscles as Arnold Schwarzenegger time, it's not going to happen ever. So to raise your basal metabolic rate, you have to build muscles, which means you should implement strength training 2-3 times a week, possibly more. That's also the exercise activity. So implement exercise activity in your weekly, daily routine. Make sure you are working out, lifting weights around 2 to 3 times a week. This can already add you exercise activity, and this can have an impact over time on your basal metabolic rate, because by building muscles in your body, you can actually raise the number of your basal metabolic rate, the calories burned at rest. A very big opportunity is in the non-exercise activity, which means the activities that are not exercise, but you are doing during the day, during your routine, in the house, cooking, cleaning, just taking a shower, going for errands, pick up your kids, playing with your children outside, going to the playground with them, all these activities that are in your day and are not involving sitting or lying down, but actually are on your feet, you are being busy, these have a massive impact on your weight loss. So these are the ones that you should actually try to boost and have and increase these. And the easiest way to do that is to be on your feet during the day. Now, step count is a great way to do that. I know that you are sick of listening to do 10,000 steps in a day, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, okay? To have a watch and track your steps is very useful to track this kind of activities. So, for example, if you had just like 1,000, 2,000 steps before, increase it and set a goal for yourself. This is also going to motivate you because you have a target and you will aim to achieve that target, and it will motivate you to do actually more. It's just like at work when your boss is telling you, hey, we need to do more sales this year, right? So you're going to have to look at the data, what you have done last year. You have to increase that for this year. So just like the same way, you want to achieve weight loss, right? You have to look at the data. What is the available data you have? Maybe calories, maybe some step count. So you have a step count available. Look at your last week's step count. See how much you've done daily. And if you are not achieving weight loss that way, then maybe it's a good way to increase that. And then you will have a data, and after you can measure it. Now, so increase your step count is a great way to do that. Being on your feet during the day, getting up, doing some cleaning, doing your laundry, going out to shop by foot or by bicycle. Just go take a walk, pick up your children on foot. If it is really, really underrated, the non-exercise activity, but it can have really a big impact on your weight loss goals. The more active we are during the day, the more calories we are burning. To follow a step count, it's a great way to measure your activity level during the day. If you really do a 10K, you will see how much it will actually help you. If you can achieve that 8 to 10K steps in a day, it helps you massively to achieve your weight loss goals. If I want to lose weight, that's the first thing I go for. I will immediately add the 10K steps to my daily step count. On a regular basis, I usually do around the 5,000 steps in a day. So doubling that, I do see results, for example, on my midsection, just in 1 or 2 weeks already. So that's really underrated, but is a really, really way to increase your activity level and achieve weight loss. Apart of that, we already talked about adding exercise activity, lifting weights, so you can over time also influence your basal metabolic rate, and you with muscles in your body, you can achieve a higher basic metabolic rate. The last one is actually the thermic effect of food. That add more and more and more lots of protein into your diet. About 1 gram per lbs of your body weight, or in kilogram, twice of your body weight in kilogram. So 70 kilo, 140 grams. 100 pounds, 100 gram protein. So that's how you have to take it and aim for as much protein. For women general, if you can achieve around the 25 to 30 gram of protein per meal, and you are eating around at least 4 times a day or 5 times this much of protein, then you can achieve around 120 to 150 gram protein in the whole day, which is already perfect and very much enough for women. So that's something you should be aiming for, this 25 to 30 gram of protein per meal, having at least half of your plate with vegetables or fruits and the other half split between starchy carbs and protein. Minimize the fats and the sauces that you are adding on your food. If you want, let's put it into an example, like what kind of meal you should be eating in a day. Breakfast, if you have about 3 eggs, that's 20 gram protein, about 7 gram per egg. So 3 times 7, 21 gram protein already. Add 1 slice of whole wheat bread. That will come around the 3 to 4 gram of protein. And add some vegetables, whatever you like, or add an apple or some berries on the side. And that's it. That's already 25 gram of protein. That's perfect. Have maybe some salad, half of the plate from different kind of vegetables, some chicken breast slices, and a little bit of rice. That's already around somewhere the 35 gram of protein, 35, maybe even 40 gram of protein. And for dinner, maybe have also some chicken legs or meat or steak. and have it also with some either maybe broccoli or some vegetable that you like, or a mix of vegetables that you like, and carrots and peas, salad, whatever you like. So have half of your plate with it, the vegetables you actually prefer, and add a little bit of potatoes, maybe mashed potatoes, steak potatoes, any kind of potatoes, and have it with a steak or a slice of meat or a slice of fish. That is also going to range between the 35 to 50 gram or even 60 gram protein for the dinner, depending on how big your meat is. And then between the meals, eat Greek yogurt with fruits. That's already will be at least 20 gram of protein. Add maybe a protein shake, a protein bar. These are also ranging between the 20 to 30 gram protein. Add 2 eggs or add some cucumber, carrots with hummus in between the meals. Or some Greek yogurt. The Greek yogurt is my go-to kind of like a dessert or a snack between meals. Usually I have it in the afternoon, but I almost have it every day, and I eat it with different kind of fruits. Anything I have. I even eat it with sliced apples and cinnamon, whatever. And maybe sometimes I drop some honey over it or a little bit of maple syrup, but be careful. Greek yogurt is amazing. It has so much of protein. So this is kind of the diet how I eat. And when I put my meals together, I always think of protein first. What is going to be my protein source today? Is it salmon? Is it steak? Is it chicken breast? Is it chicken leg? What is it actually? Then I think about one starchy carb source, and a quarter of my plate is going to be that. Either it's potatoes, mashed potatoes, rice, pasta. Depends on the day. And on thirdly, I'm thinking about what vegetables I'm going to eat on half of my plate for this, what I have just said, next to my steak, next to my fish, next to my chicken. What is the vegetable that is going to be today? And I'm going to season them nicely. I'm going to wok my vegetables, or I'm going to boil them, depends on what it is. Maybe carrots and peas, I'm going to boil them probably, but maybe after I'm sauteing them as well. I'm going to make a nice salad out of so many type of vegetables and greens as well. Maybe even some mozzarella cheese, etc. So I love my food. I love to put together my food, but I also make sure that it's nutrient dense, because those kind of foods and the high protein is going to help you in your weight loss journey and help you keep the weight off and help you stay healthy. So I hope you like my practical tips regarding weight loss. Please drop a comment and let me know what you would like to hear more about. Cheers!